And of course they had to try her out. John Carney from the famous family of shipwrights took charge on our maiden voyage.
1, 2, 3.
Nice way together. Lads, they're doing very well now.
You make it, Johnny.
The boys and girls of East Wall and Ringsend, and a few more besides. And that's where it all started, with the building of skips. The Vikings used goat skins as sails, but the good ship Dublin, Terraline. Do you remember the old ad? A Kingston shirt makes all the difference, and your man on the raft using his shirt as a sail.
Just leave them here.
Suddenly it was the day of the official launch. Saturday the 21st of May 1988. 6 months since the first load of oak arrived and the keel was laid and 100 things to do. The rigging to be completed and the yard arm attached. The sail was due any minute, and of course the launching bottle of mead organised.
We've got wind. And you got probably champagne to throw it in snow.
The crowds poured in from an early hour. There was dancing, singing, music and ships. It was a public day, and it was a private day. Sea scouts and ship captains, well-wishers and pipers, mammies and daddies, grannies and granddads, Holy Communion girls and the East Wall majorettes. What a splendid day that was. All Dublin and our mother were out, and the sun smiled down from a cloudless sky, ready to greet that lovely and greatest lady, the Lord Mayor of Dublin, Carmacita Heatherman. The launch for many an East Waller was the high point of the Dublin millennium.
Well, thank you, Tom. Of course, today I'm maybe here as Lord Mayor, but I'm First Admiral of the Port, so it's in that connection, I'm sure, that you invited me down, Tom. But I have to say, I never really thought this wonderful day would come. The ups and downs that the committee, Josie and his committee, had to go through, all the vicissitudes they had to surmount before they got this wonderful Viking Longship Dublin here today in the water. I just want to congratulate them all on my behalf, on your behalf.
The men have asked Lee Murphy to speak on their behalf a word to the people here today. So could we have Lee?
Thank you, Joe. It's my special honour today to pay tribute to the men who built this fine longship. The four shipwrights and all the voluntary workers. Without those special endeavours, this ship just simply would not be here now. However, a special mention for Paddy Carroll. Small in stature, but a living powerhouse.
I'm sure you will be pleased to know that the black dog retrieved the bottle, never drank a drop, and that the contents of the bottle were duly smashed on the starboard side of the Dublin Longship in the River Liffey, or James Joyce's Anna Livia Plurabelle. The famous Saga Sigler, queen of the Norwegian Viking fleet, she has already traversed the oceans of the world. Norwegians, Danes, Swedes and Manxmen all had come to join in Dublin's great Millennium celebration with a sail up the River Liffey, the likes of which had never been seen before. A king is for glory and not for life, cried the Norwegian chieftain Magnus Barelag. He must have only had one sock as he prepared to meet his gods while fighting in a raid in Ireland. And no respect for royalty. But it was all over. The Dublin, Dublin's own Viking Longship, proudly sailed from the river and out of the port.
I love you, Karen!
Well, here we are now in Dublin, and it's Good Friday, 10:14, and it's early in the morning. Brian has come from his camp at Kilmainham, and I see the Vikings. They're coming up now with the North Bull Wall and the South Bull. They're coming in now by Hotad. They're heading over towards Ringsend, coming towards this side now of the Low Pool and Clontarf. And Brian is sitting on his horse, crucifix in his hand, 80 years of age. And now he's taken down from the horse and he's brought away to his tent at Tolman's Wood at Phibsborough by his chieftains. The battle will be now commanded by Brian's son Murrah and his grandson Turlock. And the first blows are struck. The women have been taken away, the children have been put to bed, the animals and horses are one side, and now it's fierce-to-fierce hand fighting, and the blood rains down, and the Viking sagas tell us that swords fought on their own, and that the ravens had claws of iron, and that the swords came from the sky, boiling blood of rain. Towards evening, Brian comes out of his tent. So as he comes down the hill to see who is this coming up, it's Broder retreating, and Broder strikes Brian dead, but not before Brian strikes the legs from Broder and leaves Broder crawling away into the woods at Figlas. An eerie quietness is descending on Clontarf. The dead Viking chiefs and jars have been placed in their longships, and now the longships are being set alight. They're on their way to Odin, the Hall of Heroes, in the plains of Valhalla.